My name's Nick Seamen. I am 17 and I am in the 12th grade at Orlando Christian Prep. I'm a warrior.
Hello, I'm Adena Collicco. I go to Orlando Christian Prep and I'm in the 10th grade.
Well, I don't really remember much other than honestly back to when technically I first accepted Christ into my life. It was a New Year's Eve message. I was 4 years old and I would have been 5 like a week or two later because my birthday's on New Year's Eve. And the pastor gave an altar call after he had just spoken about this little baby who was sent to save us all from burning in flames. That's all I comprehended it as at that age.
I grew up in a Christian home, so I've always had the Christian experience, but at the age of 6 I got saved, which changed my life. I've always kind of lived to try to be like Jesus and follow in his footsteps, but it was in 8th grade when I made a huge change. I wanted to go into school being different than everyone, trying to stick out, to become a leader. And so I changed the way I acted, how I talk. I stood up for what was wrong.
But 8th grade, you know, I really, even though I was at a Christian school, I could definitely feel some of the pressures from some of the other students who had grown up at the school, but I don't know if they really were Christian. They didn't act like it. So it was tough.
The responses I got were that people thought that I was trying to be better than everyone, and they didn't like who I was becoming because they thought I was a different person. They thought I was trying to be perfect, and I was just trying to be like who God wanted me to be.
I've never really actually told anybody, so. But definitely a lot of pressure from what the world says is okay and they go about doing every day that I definitely found myself slipping into, even though I had made a decision to live differently starting around end of middle school, high school, and even after I chose to live differently, I still found myself falling back into some of the things, and it's a constant struggle for me.
At first I felt alone because I sat at the lunch table the whole year without no friends, and at first it bothered me more, but then I realized that I was okay with it because I knew that I was trying to become the person God had wanted me to. So I know I wasn't alone because God is always with me.
And I'm like, yeah, you know, some days I'm genuinely happy, other days I'm just beating myself down because even though my sin really is in that grave and I keep returning to it.
Well, as you may know, me and my family are missionaries to Romania. We've been missionaries for 20 years, and this past summer, I would say, really changed my life because I met a little girl who I became very close to in the village called Nushvalu. And taking her into our home is like probably something really different for her because she doesn't expect it because they live in such like a poor environment. Coming to our house was like a mansion or something with like a lot. So I think she really opened up my eyes to a lot of different things, realizing that they don't have much, but yet they're so happy, and we sometimes take things for granted and we don't realize how much we actually have.
You know, until recently somebody told me that we shouldn't go each day having a set number of lists, like don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Because that's what gets us into trouble because we're so focused on that we don't actually look at living in the hope of glory that we have in Christ because he came down and he did rescue us and pulled us out of death forever.
Don't be afraid to do it or don't care what other people think of you because if God is speaking to you and he's telling you to do it, I think you should go for it. And if you do lose friends, it's for a good cause because you don't want your friends to hold you back from something that you're supposed to be doing and you know what's right.
I'm Nick Seamen, and I have absolutely been changed by Christ and am still currently being changed by Christ.
My name's Adena, and my life has definitely been changed by Jesus Christ.